I want to tell you something I have never told anyone publicly. Not because it is shameful, but because for a long time I thought it was just my story. Just my failures. Just my bad luck. Until I started watching other people make the same decisions I made. The same mistakes. The same silent surrenders. And I realized this story does not belong only to me. It belongs to a lot of us. I graduated with a degree in economics. Then a master's in computer technology. I was educated. I was ready. I was going to build something. My first job was as a computer teacher at a small training institute in my hometown. The salary was modest. Very modest. But the students liked the way I taught. Word spread. I became known in the city. And for the first time in my life I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. Then a university offer came. A proper institution. A department to lead. I said yes without hesitation because the title felt like progress. What I did not fully understand then, and what I wish someone had told me before I signed, is that titles and compensation are two completely different things. The salary could not cover both the office and the home. I was stretching every month, quietly, without telling anyone how thin things had become. So I made the decision that millions of people make when the home country cannot hold the weight of the dream. I went abroad. 10 years. A decade of work in the Gulf. Same profession. Different country. The same hope I carried from my hometown, now carried across borders. I worked hard. I worked without stopping. And at the end of those 10 years I looked at the numbers and the numbers did not match the effort. I started looking for another way. The way that everyone around me seemed to be talking about. Investments. Opportunities. Financial freedom through something other than a salary. I learned about cryptocurrency before most people had heard the word. There was a moment, an actual moment I still think about, where I could have purchased Bitcoin when it was worth almost nothing. I hesitated. I had read about online fraud. I was cautious. I walked away. Years later Bitcoin found me again. This time it was trading at $12,000. I researched it. I understood it better than I had the first time. I had the money. I had the knowledge. I did not have the confidence. A few months later it hit $160,000. 2 chances. Same hesitation. Different price tags on the same mistake. That is not bad luck. That is a pattern. And patterns are not about the investment. They are about the belief system operating underneath every decision. I did not miss Bitcoin twice because of bad timing. I missed it because something in me was not yet ready to believe that the opportunity was real and that I deserved to take it. That hesitation did not just cost me money. It planted a seed of doubt in me that followed every financial decision I made afterward. I studied stocks. I invested carefully. And then someone took everything. An online fraud. Gone. The savings I had built with years of caution erased. I walked away from teaching completely. I joined one of the largest telecom operators I could find. A real company. A stable salary. For the first time in a long time I could breathe. The hard years started to feel distant. I told myself the worst was behind me. It was not behind me. Years passed. My children grew. And quietly, without announcing itself, the salary that once felt sufficient began to fall short again. I looked for something on the side. Online business. Digital income. Everything I tried failed. Not because I was not working. Because I was working without knowledge. Without a system. Without anyone who had walked the path before me and turned around to show me where the holes were. Then the pandemic arrived. The company called it a restructuring. They offered me the choice to continue from home at 65% of my salary. I had no choice. I accepted. And then a few years later, after 17 years of showing up, 17 years of giving everything I had to that organization, the message came. Not a meeting. Not a conversation. A text message. Your services are no longer required. I sat with that message for a long time. I look back at everything. The education. The years abroad. The investments that disappeared. The opportunities one almost took. The ones I missed entirely. The salary I never negotiated. The plans I never made because I believed the job would always be there. There was nothing left. No savings. No plan. Nothing to show for decades of effort except the knowledge of every mistake I had made along the way. And that knowledge, that specific, painful, expensive knowledge, is exactly why this channel exists. I am not here to tell you I figured it out. I am here because I did not figure it out in time. And I watched that cost me everything. The things I am going to share with you on this channel are not theories. They are not recycled advice from books I read last year. They are the lessons that came from real decisions, real losses, real moments where I chose wrong because nobody showed me the right. I am going to show you how companies actually work. How money actually moves. How the systems around you are designed, and how to stop being the person the system is designed to work against. I am not a financial advisor. I am something more useful than that. I am someone who paid for this education the hard way so you do not have to. Welcome to the channel.